Let's continue our contemplation on the festival of Navaratri and its spiritual significance. Day 4, today is day 4, and day 4 of Navaratri is prostrations to Mother Kushmanda. So Anda means egg. We also hear it in the word Brahmanda. Brahmand. Brahmand means it is the entire creation, existence is referred to as an egg. Kushmanda is the divine egg, like a ball of energy. The entire universe creation is the egg, and like a seed. And the seed is always full of potential. And that's why the universe is constantly has infinite expressions and is expanding, and scientists are still figuring it out. So what has science found out so far about this creation, this universe? So they say that almost 96% of the universe is dark energy and dark matter, invisible. And the 4%, out of the 4%, which is atomic, 99.9% of the 4% is invisible interstellar dust, and only 0.1% is visible. And how much is that 0.1%? Don't think it's just small. And I'm talking about 0.1% of the 4% that is atomic. Now 0.1% has over 2 trillion galaxies, and they're estimated around 60 billion habitable planets like our planet Earth. So this is just what we know a little bit about the universe. Now this is at a macro scale, and at a microscopic level, the entire creation is nothing but atoms. Atoms are made up of particles, and these particles behave in different waves. If they're not observed, they become waves. So, and waves are nothing but energy. So the entire universe, Brahmanda, Kushmanda, is nothing but divine energy. So what are you seeing? You're only seeing Bhagavan, you're only seeing God, you're only seeing the Divine Mother. Whatever you see is God, whatever you hear is God, whatever you perceive with the senses is the divine. There is nothing else here to perceive. Now, and it is not just the divine, it is divine potential as well. And you are also a divine potential. A human being is full of possibilities. In a human body, you can be divine, or you can be an animal. So we have seen human beings acting like animals. So in a human being, you can be an animal, or you can be a Rakshasa, an Asura, a demon, or you can be a Devata, a divine being, or you can be an enlightened being, one who has realized the supreme consciousness, like a Buddha. So you can be a Buddha or a Krishna or a Mahavira, or an enlightened being, an enlightened master, or you can be a Devata, a divine being with divine qualities, or you can be an ordinary human being with human emotions, or you can be acting like an animal with animal instincts taken over, or you can be an Asura, destroying yourself and all around you. This is where the story of Mahishasura comes in. So there's a story of a demon called Mahishasura. So he's the demon with the buffalo head, buffalo demon, and Mother Durga kills him. The story of Mahishasura is actually a story of each one of us. Mahisha, the buffalo head, refers to the ignorance of the divinity that we have. When you forget the divinity in you and around you, you become a demon. So let's say when you forget that something is divine, you start abusing it. You start destroying it. But if you have a sense of sacredness and divinity, you preserve it, you keep it clean. For example, the place of worship is always serene and respected and is clean. And whatever you think is not divine, you start littering and you don't care about it. So now this is a very, very crucial thought process, because if you say nature is not divine. So you cut down all the trees, you destroy nature, you don't care. You say animals are not divine, then you start exploiting them. But Bharat is a country, Sanatana Dharma is the way of life where you see and perceive everything as divine. And that's why everything is respected, everything, you bow down to everything, be it a human, a tree, a flower, a stone, a cow, or an animal, or any other animal. The sky, the water is divine. Everything is worshipped in Sanatana Dharma. This is because you recognize the divinity in everything. And also, everything is a divine potential, especially the human being. The human birth is to recognize and realize your divine potential. Of course, one aspect of that journey is to attain some external wealth and glory and expansion. But the real purpose of human birth is to realize your divine nature, become completely free from all the unwanted thought patterns and belief systems, and become a truly free and divine being. This is what is called as an enlightened being. To give you an example of Buddha, Buddha is an enlightened being. He was not an enlightened being. He was a Prince Siddhartha, and then he understood something, realized something about himself, and then became the Buddha. Now, what does it mean becoming a Buddha? It means that you become free from all suffering. You become free from, and what is suffering? When I say suffering, don't think of any external situations and things. It's you become free from the internal suffering. There is no internal turmoil. Regardless of what happens outside, the peace is everlasting inside. This is the beauty of the Bhagavad Gita, wherein Sri Krishna Bhagavan is in the battlefield and he's giving the teaching of the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. Now, and he holds the fearlessness and he's established in his true nature, and he is at peace and he's operating out of peace and love on the battlefield. So the Bhagavad Gita refers to the battle that's happening within us and externally as well. To handle all of these battles with equanimity, with the wisdom of Sri Krishna. This is what it means to be free, just basically free from inner turmoil. And there's no way that you can say that this person is free from inner turmoil or not. There's no external characters. Just because I'm sitting with my eyes closed doesn't mean I'm peaceful or somebody is peaceful. And this is not for you to evaluate somebody else. This is for you to know yourself. Am I really at peace? Am I really joyful? And is a focus of my life to get that. Ultimately, you have different focuses in life. I want to excel in my career. I want to achieve this. I want to achieve that. You want to achieve everything ultimately to achieve some sort of contentment and happiness, which is actually within. So, Sanatana Dharma is about, why don't you directly go there? Why don't you first attain the infinite peace and happiness, and then out of that infinite peace and happiness, do whatever you want. Then you'll do it much better. So let's say you have to create something. You can either create it out of an inner state of distortion or an inner state of clarity. And because you do it out of a state of peace and joy, that will carry, what you create will carry that beauty and grace. So this is the message of the fourth day, Kushmanda, that the entire universe is the divine egg of the Supreme Reality, and also you are a divine being, you're a divine potential. You do not know who you really are, you do not know what you're capable of, and you do not know why you're here. And all those answers of who you are, why you're here, who you are is actually an expression of divinity. Why you're here is to explore your full potential. And don't think your full potential is just accumulating or reaching some uh, milestone externally. It's about reaching the innermost milestone. That's what we call the inner Himalaya. So there is a climbing the outer Himalaya, reaching to the top, and climbing the inner Himalaya. The inner Himalaya is climbing over all your shortcomings and realizing yourself to be the pure divine being and experience yourself as that. By the grace of Mother Kushmanda, may we all realize our true nature and um, be blessed with the ability to express our divinity.